Yes. My name is Cynthia Egbe. Today, we are going to draft a full-scale bodice block. If you're new in this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. These are what we'll be needing for this tutorial: your pattern paper, your ruler, your armhole curve, your marker pen, and this marker pen is used so that you can see properly. You can use your biro if you want, and a tape rule. And so the measurement required would be your shoulder measurement, your bust measurement, your bust circumference measurement, bust distance, waist circumference, bodice front, bodice back, your hip, and the length of your blouse. First of all, what I did to get this point was just to mark out 1 inch from the top of the pattern wherever you want to go. Just follow the steps and you'll be fine. Okay, this line is like a guide to getting other measurements, other lines we'll be needing for this block. First of all, what we'll do is to mark out our 3 and 8 inches standard for the shoulder. But my actual shoulder measurement for this block is, for this client, is 15. And so I divided the 15 by 2. Normally the shoulder measurement is divided by 2. I divided the shoulder measurement by 2 and I got my 7.5, and then that is it. At the point where you have the 8 inches, come down by 1 inch, mark it out, use your ruler and place on the 3 inches point and make a line meeting the 1 inches. Sorry, the 1 inch you marked out. Here we'll begin taking our vertical measurement. That is the bust length measurement, which is 11.5. By the way, this is my center front, that's CF. 11.5. That's my bust length. My bodice front, sorry, is 17.5, and then the length of my blouse is 25. I'll join these points together. Okay. So here is my bust length. Here's my bodice front measurement. And here is the length of my blouse. Length of blouse. And so to get your armhole, this it has been working for me. And so you can also measure it. But this calculation has been working, like using your bust circumference divided by your bust circumference divided by plus 1.5, sorry. It will give you your arm side depth. That is your armhole measurement. So when I do that, I have 8.5. I'm going to make sure my shoulder line is correct, to make a point here to help me align it with, make a straight line with the one on the shoulder. you do get your bust distance. The bust distance measurement is 8. You divide it by 2 as well. Make your row. My bust circumference is actually 43. After dividing by 4, I added 0.5, and then at the back I minus 0.5. If I'm doing the back bodies, I'll minus 0.5 from what I got after dividing by 4, because I want the flat back. I don't want any form of roughness at the back, like any bulging at all. So since we have a lot of things going on in the front, that's why I added 0.5 blouse without having to do plenty of amendments. Okay, let's continue. We have 11.2 after doing our calculation. And so we'll mark out our 11.2 points that have been made. After here, we'll take our darts. Remember, to get the darts, what we'll do is minusing your bust circumference after dividing by 4, minus your waist circumference after dividing by 4. And so when I did that, I got 1.5 as my dart. That's 1.5. And so I'm going to share my dart here and here. So here I'm going to mark out 1 inch here, one leg of that here. That's 0.5 from here to here, and 0.5 from there to there, and 0.5, the remaining 0.5, I'll mark it out here. And I'll also check if this is my waistline, if this will give me my waistline. How to check this is by taking your measurement from here, from the center front to one leg of the dart, and taking your tip away from there, putting it in the second leg of the dart, and then down to where you have your other measurements marked out. And if I do this, I can see that my waist circumference, which is supposed to be 9.7, is actually 9.6. So I'll move it to where it's meant to be. That's 9.7. Then I'll mark it out this way. And then I'll do this. Before you mark this out, you can come down here by 2 inches so that you wouldn't have it pressing your bust. You also do same here, away from your hip length. You go up by 2 inches. And then when I calculated my hip measurement, I had like, that is 48 divided by 4. I had like 12. I'll mark out my 12 inches now. Blouse, a bit bigger, as in let it not be so fitted on my hip. I'll add like 1 inch, sorry, or 1.5 inch to my 12. That is 13.5. If not, I'll just leave it at, let me just leave it at 13, because I don't want it too tight on me. You can either use this or your hip cuff. I like using this instead of the hip cuff. I'm blending my sharp points. This is actually supposed to be curved. The bust dart is usually the difference between your back and your front bodice, and my front bodice is 17.5. My bodice back is 15, and so the difference between that is going to be 2.5, and then I'm going to mark it out and do this. So we are left with our armhole measurement, as in armhole curve. To get this, you would measure from here and get half of here, mark it out to give you a nice curve. Mark it out. Depending on what the bust circumference is, that's what you come out with. Since my bust is 43, I'll come out by half an inch from this line. I'll come out here by, but if I have like from bust 36, 38, 39, you can come out by 1 inch. The bigger the bust, the lesser you come out. For people for bust 50, you don't even come out. If not, you have issues with the bust fitting into, it will be bulging out the armhole, especially if it's a sleeveless top you're sewing. At that point, we'll now mark from that 0.5 I came out. We'll now mark like an angle here, and then you use your arm. This is it. Whatever neckline you want. Mine, I would love to leave. Try your curve. If you know you're not good with doing the freehand thing, you just come here and you don't have your rule to do it. Come down here by 1 inch, 1 inch. Come down here 1 or 0.5 inch, and here if you wish you can make it 1 inch depending on what you want, or you can even make it 2 inches. If you make it 1 inch, this curve will be going this way. It will be coming this way with it. And so this is what we have the tutorial. What you do next is just to add whatever allowance you will need for the hemming of the down and the joining of your that same 1 inch line, as in to make the points to join. Have it straight there, and I'll join the points, my points together. And then I'll also mark out the line. That's for my zipper allowance. 1.5 inches. Mark it down. 1.5 inches. You can go to the comments section and ask your questions and I'll answer. This is my shoulder measurement, just as we did the other time, 3, and it's 1 inch down here. I'll mark out my main shoulder measurement, which is 7.5, and then I do this. Mark out my the bust length measurement, and my body's back is 15. We remember our bust length, our bust that is 2.5, and so minus 2.5 from the full length of our blouse. That's 25 minus 2.5. We'll have like we'll have like 22.5. Knock it out. 11. Join all our lines. Okay. And now we remember our armscale depth is 8.5. Now, what we do now is to mark out our bust circumference. Our bust circumference after doing our calculation is 10.2. Since I told you I'm going to minus 0.5 from my bust circumference measurement. That is after dividing by 4. 10.2. Mark it out here. 10. And then I'll make a straight line. Afterwards, after this, I'll now do my dart, as in place my dart. My dart is 1.5. What I'll do now is to share my dart here and this way, because I don't want any dart line at the back. And so if I had wanted, I'll do my bust distance and share the dart into this part, the bust distance line and here, but I just want it this way, and I want the back to be tightened. So I'll mark out my 1 inch here, and the remaining half I'll mark it here, and then I'll still check if this is my waist measurement. The waist measurement at the back, that one too, I'm going to remove 0.5 from my actual waist measurement. And if I do that, my waist measurement will be 8.7. And so here I have my 8.7 here. You can see it is 8.7. And so this line, this dart helps us to contour our center back. Remember, the center back is not a straight line. The back, it goes something like this before it comes out like this to your bum bum. Measurement. My hip measurement is remember it was 12, we now added 1.5. Here, I'm going to come up here by 1.5. This. If you want to open it this way, you can, but I just want to blend it this way. Get to the armhole curve. For the back armhole curve, I'll simply come out here by 1 inch. And then from this point, this one here. From this point, I'll just make like a curve this way. I hope you can see clearly. And then I'll go take my neckline the same width with that of the front, but the depth will be different. The depth, I'm taking 1.5. So now, if you want to add your zipper allowance is no longer this. It's not straight anymore. This will be your zipper allowance now. This line is the line that is your true line. Now, so your zipper allowance is your 1 inch. It will be this way. Line. And so if you are cutting your pattern, you cut it all the way here. Like this, and you keep your armhole, you keep your 0.5 and your 0 allowance at the neck line here as well. Your armhole, your 0.5 allowance, your 0.5. Then you can also keep your allowance here, 1 inch or whatever you feel is okay for you to join, or 1.5. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope and believe you must have subscribed by now already, because I know you must have grabbed one or two things today. Subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next tutorial.